Arizona's top elections official is calling for a criminal investigation into potential election interference by Donald Trump and his allies. Secretary of State Katie Hobbs citing bombshell reports in the Arizona Republic revealing a campaign to intervene on Trump's behalf. One state GOP official texting an election supervisor, quote, "We need you to stop the counting," and quote, "I know you don't want to be remembered as the guy who led the charge to certify a fraudulent election." Donald Trump also attempted to reach that election supervisor, leading to this voicemail from the White House.
Hello, sir. This is the White House operator. I was calling to let you know that the president's available to take your call if you're free. If you could please give us a call back, sir, that'd be great. You have a good evening.
Rudy Giuliani also reached out to multiple election supervisors.
Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's attorney, calling. I'd like to see if there's a way that we could resolve this so it comes out well for everyone. We're all Republicans. I think we all have the same goal. Let's see if we can get this done outside of the courts. Gosh.
We're all Republicans. Let's see if we can get this done. That is not how democracies are supposed to work. Not to mention, those are some of the most intimidating calls you can imagine ever getting. Donald Trump is already facing a criminal probe for his election interference in Georgia. Joining me now is the official calling for this new investigation, Katie Hobbs, Arizona Secretary of State and candidate for governor. Thank you so very much, Secretary Hobbs. So I have so many questions. One, what inspired you to call for this investigation? Because it would have to be taken care of by the sort of state's attorney general, and that person is a Republican, correct?
Yeah, and he's a Republican who took the same oath that I did to uphold the Constitution and laws of the United States and the state of Arizona. And what we have seen here is what appears to most people to be clearly violating laws and clearly calling for interference into the election, and absolutely warrants further investigation, regardless of anyone's party that's involved in this.
I want to play you some sound that we have of the Arizona Republican Party chair also talking about what's going on here in the state, and I want to get your thoughts on this on the other side.
It's Kelly Ward. I just talked to President Trump, and he would like me to talk to you and also see if he needs to give you a call to discuss what's happening on the ground in Maricopa.
Secretary Hobbs, I've had bill collectors in my youth less aggressive than what we've been seeing from the Trump administration here. When you see that the head of the state Republican Party is also putting on this full court press, do you think an investigation might lead to criminal charges, maybe not just at the federal level, but at the local level for election interference?
Well, I certainly don't want to jump the gun, but I think it's clear to everyone watching that this absolutely warrants further investigation, and whatever that leads to. I think that most lay people can look at this and say, this doesn't look right, it doesn't smell right. It seems to be interference and trying to influence the outcome, and it is against the law in Arizona, and it certainly violates some federal laws too.
Look, I could get cited for standing too close to a voting center and a Joe Biden or Kamala Harris T-shirt. So I can't imagine that this too isn't at least worth a citation. I want to step back a bit and talk about some of the numbers in Arizona in general. I think a lot of people were very excited to see that Arizona helped push Joe Biden over, but Arizona it's not a blue state. He won by the thinnest of margins. And some recent polling that I've seen shows that many Republicans there and many voters in Arizona, they would vote for Joe Biden again if he was running against Trump. But if he was running against another Republican, he would be in a tight race. Talk a little bit about some of the voter suppression laws that have been passed by Republicans in that state that they're hoping will play into being able to send that state back into the Republican column in 2024.
Well, I think what we've seen since the election by folks who are not happy about the outcome is an orchestrated effort to continue to undermine the integrity of elections, continue to sow doubt in voters' confidence, and to make it harder for those voters to vote, and simply because they don't like the outcome of the election. And so, this is really unfortunate. It's why I've continued to stand up for the process that we oversaw in 2020, which was free and fair, and the results we certified are accurate, and why I'm going to continue to fight to ensure access for every eligible Arizona voter. And that's what I was elected to do. I'm going to continue to do my job.
Many people in Washington, D.C., and concerned election observers around the country, Republican and Democrat, think that the only way that you can combat the kind of laws that we're seeing in Arizona and Texas and Georgia would be to reform the filibuster and pass the For the People Act. Have you had conversations with Senator Sinema as Secretary of State, telling her or imploring her to reconsider some of her positions, given how difficult it's making your job and the potential impact it could have on her as well?
Well, our office has spoken with her staff about the provisions of the For the People Act that are important for Arizona and to uphold Arizonans' access to the ballot. And I've made my position very publicly clear on this issue, and I will continue to do so. And I've called on every senator, Republican or Democrat, to do the right thing and get this through to ensure that Americans all over the place have equal access to the ballot and continued access to the ballot in light of these pushbacks that we're seeing across the country.